Something remarkable happened in 2024 that Democrats still haven't figured out how to fix. Young men, once a key part of their coalition, they bailed. And they didn't just stay home, they went to Donald Trump, which brings me to the Speaking with American Men Project, or SAM. They've got an urgent mission: win back a generation of men who feel ignored, ridiculed, and left behind. When Joy Behar said this on The View, the audience applauded, but many men heard something else.
Maybe these guys should spend their money on teaching men to not be such sexists. Maybe that's
But the stats don't bear that out now that we've seen the election results.
Sam's research found that comments like that, widely shared online, feed a perception that Democrats see men as the problem rather than as part of the solution.
The response that we get is all too similar to Joy's. These young men, if they're not already with us, then they're dangerous. Nothing could be further from the truth. What we've found is that men actually care about the same things that progressives care about. Young men want affordable housing. They want better access to healthcare, but they're not being invited into the conversation, and they're not seeing themselves reflected in the progressive coalition that Democrats purport to work for.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty from No Picks Podcast.
What's up, fam? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
Hey guys, it's Chelsea.
It's your man Gio.
What up, G?
All right, Chelsea, I'm gonna go with you with this one. What do you think Democrats can do to recapture the young male vote? Let's say for the next presidential election in 2028.
I mean, a lot of groveling. No, I'm just kidding.
A lot of groveling. I mean, that's a start. That's an answer, honestly. Like,
yeah. I mean, the last part of it, they were talking about the healthcare part. I feel like they've made it, the healthcare part, so focused on abortion that like it doesn't address anything else. That like I can see why men are just kind of like not jumping ship, but like realizing like they kind of don't have a place.
Yeah.
Free Luigi.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, all right. So same question, G. What do you think Democrats could do for the 2020 election to bring back in the male vote? Yourself included. Obviously, you shaking your head. You're obviously a part of that male. Myself included. Joe included, right? You're a part of that male group that's like, we not fucking with y'all. So, what do you think they can do in order to bring people like us back into the fold?
Nothing. They like
it's a wrap, huh?
No, yeah, because they drew the line in the stand. So like they like with the Kamala thing, like it was like kind of like, yo, you either like you would like, so they chose a side. They went pure like feminist, women, liberal, like women empowerment, independent, and then that group is already segmented. So once they aligned with that, they drew the line, and so now it's going to take an entire generation. Oh my bad. Got stuff popping up, but it's going to take an entire generation to switch over, right? From where they are to like where they want to be. So it's nothing they can do. Honestly, it's just the line has been drawn. Yeah. They went too hard, bro. They went too hard, and it's like there's no coming back from it. They would have to completely redo their entire party. Like like Kamala got to be gone. I don't even think Corey can be around. Like they like people rode too hard. Like everybody that rode with them is like, nah, bro, I don't even believe you. Like you let them go too far. So they just got to chalk it.
Yeah. Same question, Joe. What do you think Democrats can do to recapture the male vote in 2028?
I mean, I agree with a lot of what Chell said, a lot of what Gio said. I echo the same sentiments. Right. It's funny when you asked the question initially, I was like, do I even want men to go back to the Democratic Party? Like, I hate both parties, right? So like my perspective is a little different because I do feel like I'm an independent. I have not voted for the Republicans or the Democrats in the past 3 or 4 presidential elections. I have not. I didn't even vote for Obama. I voted third party. So I gave up on the 2-party system years ago, right? Because I'm like, there is always, our choices get worse and worse every presidential election. They keep polarizing us, going back and forth, and now we are where we are now and what we have now. And that's because of decades of just like this this stupid game that we play and we allow them to do with us, right? So my short answer is nothing. I don't think they can do anything because, like I said, they did draw that line in the sand, like Gio said. And they went too hard with like the feminists, all that stuff. Gio, I completely agree with you. That deterred so many men. And then the last thing for me was when Obama was out there shaming, men of color as to why they're not voting for Kamala, even though they still did afterwards. Even with all they did, all the gaslighting and all the shaming, they still went out here and supported her, right? It's a hard no for me. Like I would never vote for Democrat. Not the way that it is now. They have no backbone, right? They have done nothing to counteract any of what Trump has been doing. They've done nothing. Hakeem Jeffries is I can't say the word because they'll call me racist, but there's nothing. There's no leadership right now. There's a void. I was gonna call him a coon, but Hakeem Jeffries, all these like, right? I'm just gonna say but yeah, that's my short answer. Sorry, we can unpack, but I'm with G and Cho. So where you at, bro?
I agree. I mean, so it's just all right. So different than what y'all three said, right? And I agree with everything y'all said. But it's just like the culture of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is pro woman, but at the expense of men, right? So it's like, oh, these men suck, and these women are so awesome. But you also want the men that you say suck to support you, and it doesn't compute, right? Like so, it's like so the one of the sticking points I've noticed for Kamala's campaign. One of her things was like, yo, you know what? Of course, Joe and I, we talked about it multiple times, but it's like, hey, everybody. All the women get an abortion. Hey, what do men get? Well, you get the privilege of knowing people that got an abortion. That's our privilege. Like that's what we get. They get abortions. We support the people that get abortions. So it's like, I'm like, okay, so my daughter could get an abortion. Now I should support that. Even like but I'm just supporting her. So it's like, so it's kind of like, so this is going, take me somewhere else, right? A different time in my life, right? But it's like, happy wife, happy life. So what I mean by that is, okay, as long as your wife is happy, then you should be happy because your wife is happy, right? So your happiness should be derived from your wife being happy. And I think that's the sickest idea that like people like that the culture has ever tried to spew on men. It's like, okay, she don't necessarily need to do anything to make you happy. You should be happy doing all the things to make her happy, and your happiness should be derived from her being happy. That's insane. Like that's like putting men like at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the barrel, right? So it's like we should prioritize everything women got going on, and we don't got to worry about ourselves because that makes us less of men. What makes us good men is that we support all the things that the women got going on. We don't need anything in return. Right. That's insane to me. And that's how I view the Democratic Party. And I'm like, okay, well, what party is more likely to say, hey, toxic masculinity? If any all three of y'all.
Democratic Party.
All right.
Democratic Party. Easily.
So just being masculine in and of itself is toxic. And that's
I think that's like
Go ahead.
I think that's a result of patriarchy. I think patriarchy has created a woman who's like so comfortable, so like nurtured.
But that's a Democratic woman, though. That's a Democrat. That's not a Republican woman. That's a Democrat.
Well, I'm talking about patriarchy as a whole, right? Because you think about like patriarchy as a system, the same system that they're trying to tear down is what produced the like luxury that they enjoy, right? So like I don't work and I can like chill and I'm home and raising the kids and I'm a princess. That same patriarchy is what they fighting against now. Like I want my independence and I want to do what I want to do, but you also still want to be a passenger princess. You also still want all of the benefits that patriarchy like gave you as a woman. If you really want to be equal, get the fuck out in the field with us. Like if you really want to be equal, let's make a BA league, right? Like basketball association where everybody can just get dunked on by LeBron James, right? And like if we really want to be equal, let's be equal. But you don't want that. No, you want the patriarchy advantage of like, oh, men are supposed to do all the hard work.
Maybe we overspeak in Chelsea. Do y'all want that? Do y'all want 100% equality or?
Don't speak for me. I don't.
I'm asking.